Hey guys, it's Kevin, and I am alive. And today, I'm gonna be reviewing the VapX Meteor. And I just wanna thank EDUCATOR for sending it out to me, and also for being understanding of the fact that it's taken a little while to review this. One thing, with the PACT Act restrictions and everything going on with mail here in the US, to understand is that it's taken like 3 weeks or more for product to get out of China, unless it's coming from, say, like a US distributor. So unfortunately, I've got a lot of stuff still coming in the mail, and I haven't gotten too many products to review. But with that said, I'd like to kind of get into this VapX Meteor. I'd like to thank everybody that has commented and also ask them for their patience, because I'm going to do my best to respond to as many of those as I can. Unfortunately, I've been a little overwhelmed with work, being at the end of the semester as a college professor, as well as here in the US at least, kids are going back to school. So what that's meant for me in my side job as a behavior technician, right, is the kids that I work with that have autism are going back to school, and that's changed their schedule around. And it's made me have to be more flexible in being able to help them. And a lot of the time that I would have had put to the side to do things like this, towards the end of the night, I'm actually in patient homes helping them. So that's kind of why I've been delayed a little bit. And then I'll also talk about another reason that I was delayed when I get into the review. But anyway, I'll be posting just sort of a bit of an update on that kind of stuff very soon. And then I've also got another review to do on Vibes Disposables by Planet, okay? And so keep an eye out for those. Please like and subscribe. I did post a couple updates on the community tab for the channel. So if you subscribe and you also subscribe for notifications, you'd be able to see that, you know, everything was okay with me and all that. It's just, I've been swamped. Okay, but with that said, I'd like to talk a little bit about the VapX Meteor. Now, this device is really fantastic. It's pretty much taken over as my go-to mod that I'm using for things like my RTA, my Vandy Vape Berserker version 2 mini mouth-to-lung RTA. And I've also been rotating this in with the Nicotine Sensus. I know that EDUCATOR also has those in stock too, but for the coil refresh utility of the Sensus, and also for F-Zero, essentially it's a nice pairing, right? Like to have something small, shock-proof, dust-proof, waterproof, right? That can fit in my pocket, fit in my hand, that has a nice sized battery, and then can also charge in 15 minutes, okay? That to take with me, right? And then for the nights and the times that I'm at home, or when I feel like my coil's getting gunked up or anything like that, to just put it in here and vape on it for a little bit and use the coil refresh mode. Really been working out well for me. Now I'm gonna take you for a close-up, and I'll talk about the features of the device, and then I'll come back on top and I'll vape from it. All right guys, so here it is, the VapX Meteor. I'm gonna give you a little rotation of the device to show it to you. To give you an idea of the size of it, right, in comparison to the dual battery Drag 3. And in comparison to the Geek Vape Aegis Boost Pro, again, much smaller. So overall, pretty simple mod when it comes to operating, right? But a couple things that I want to mention first. What comes in the box? Your device. a USB Type-C charging cord, your user manual, and that's it. Just so you are aware, this Meteor charging base, it comes separately, all right? So it is available for a separate purchase. And I'm gonna talk about it in just a little bit. All right, Kevin, so what's so awesome about this device? Well, first off, it's a 2000 milliamp hour battery. It has an 80 watt max power, okay? It is waterproof, dustproof, shockproof. And also, in addition to having a regular Type-C charging port and fast charging utility, right? It has this lightning fast charging utility if you purchase this base. This is one of the reasons that the device took me so long to review. When you purchase the charging base, right? It essentially just comes with the charging base, another user manual, and I believe it also did come with a Type-C charger, right? But the thing about it is, to get the fastest charge possible, you need to have a 45 watt charger. Now, a lot of these like cheap chargers that I have around the house, you know, like with like the split ones where you have your 2.1 amp and your 1 amp, aren't 45 watt chargers. So I did have to actually go out and buy one of those. But then even so, I was unable to get this thing to charge lightning fast. And I found out that it's probably because of the age of the wiring in my house. So my house was actually built, I think originally in the 1890s, right? And then it's also had a bunch of different additions put onto it over the years. So the wiring and the electricity in my house over here isn't the best. And I was unable to get that super fast charging from a 45 watt charger. I was, however, able to get it when I went to school. So I do want to mention though, that either way, with a regular, just, you know, 2.1 amp or 2.4 amp charger, whatever you have laying around in the house, it charges very, very fast. And it is very nice to just plug this thing down here magnetically and let it sit. Fantastic. And I mean, realistically, this thing is always charged. It's always charged. To operate the device, it follows pretty much the same standard operation that you get in most mods, okay? 5 clicks are gonna turn the device on and off, right? If I click this 3 times in quick succession, 1, 2, 3, it's gonna take me into a different mode, right? And there I can press the plus and the minus buttons to change to temperature control, VPC mode, bypass, and then today we'll actually stick with power. I can also come in here and manually set like my coil and my puff counter, okay? If I want to get rid of the puff counter, I just press the plus button and it resets it. So I'm gonna go back to power, just let it sit for a second, and just move this up and down. Goes all the way to 80 watts, so it's got plenty of power for you. I've kept this like 0.7 coil sitting around 22 watts. And this thing lasts forever. Now I'll take it up on top, I'll vape on it, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. I already mentioned what I like about this device, and that's the IP68 rating, dustproof, waterproof, shockproof, all of that. You could argue that the Aegis Boost Pro is as well. The nice thing about this is that it is much, much smaller. It's much more compact. In recent weeks, especially considering how busy I've been, really starting to fall back a little bit more on things like this for when I'm in the car and for when I'm on break, to just kind of deliver a quick sort of nicotine fix without any kind of fuss, right? Overall, guys, I mean, I can't say enough about the device. It's perfectly sized. It's got plenty of power to get you throughout the day. I have been charging it from the basic Type-C charging port, right? Because again, I mentioned that I've got a little bit of power issues like here in the house. I'll get those fixed at some point. But yeah, I mean, it, you know, me vaping this at 22 watts, it can last all day. It can literally last all day. The build quality on this is great. It's rugged, it's small enough so it doesn't take up too much space in my pocket. It's grippy enough, I guess, is another thing you can kind of say about the device. It's grippy enough that if I put this down in my car, it doesn't slide while I'm in the middle of driving. I don't have to try and reach for it like I do with some of my smaller pods. Until they come out with something even smaller than this that packs as much punch battery-wise, I really do see myself using this every day. So, you know, I'd like to again thank Elgo Mall for sending it out to me. I am excited because I will be trying the Requiem semi-mechanical BF kit by Vandy Vape that Elgo Mall sent to me as well. And I'll be posting that as soon as I possibly can. Yeah, so keep an eye out for my comments. Please like and subscribe to the video. I noticed the channel's still growing, right? I mean, I'm getting near-ish 3,000 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. And again, I will attempt to get back to you guys when it comes to comments and stuff like that. It's just, please be patient, okay? I'm just having a rough time balancing it, right? So I can come in and you know, even spend 10 minutes just commenting, okay? I try and put a lot of thought and insight into them, so that's part of the reason. But with that said, thank you very much for all of your comments that I have read, okay? Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you very soon when I'm talking to you about the Vibes disposable vapes that I was sent. Thanks.